Hello, welcome to the third video of Gelli plate for dummies. So, what are we going to do today? Something really fun with very few materials and just some homemade masks. So, what are masks? They are pieces of paper that you put on the Gelli plate to prevent the paint from going where you put them. So, first I'm going to tear out like this kind of form. Okay, but I'm going to start by mixing paint on a smaller Gelli plate. You can also do it on a palette, on a paint palette, or on a piece of plastic. What I want to make is some paint with these two colors mixed like this, and I'm going to put this all over the Gelli plate, and it's a really thin coat. You can see it's really transparent. Okay, and since it is so thin, it will dry very fast. I just can take a paper and do this. You can work at the same time as I do, and I think that will be enough. That is dry. Then I'm going to put my mask on. Let us say like this. Okay, and I'm going to, it doesn't stick like it would stick on a Gelli plate without paint, so you need to hold it a little bit. And now I'm going to mix paint that is a little bit darker than the one that I had, so a little bit more blue and a little bit less of the light color. And I'm going to put this over the same way as I did, but just with my mask on the Gelli plate. Okay, there we go. These are my first set of mountains. Now again, this will take not much time to dry. It's a thin coat again. Okay, it's pretty already, isn't it? You can really build up nice and simple landscapes this way. Now I'm going to make a second set of mountains by what would I use? This one. Okay, let's put it on this way and take now only the blue paint, so that we will have the darker values in the foreground. Okay, there we go. Now this happened because the paint wasn't dry, so the paper picked up the paint that was not dry. But that's okay. I really don't mind. It will be nice. It will be really nice at the end. But that means that this layer I really will have to let it dry. I'm going to let it dry for 10 minutes, and I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm back 10 minutes later. This is now completely dry. I'm sure that it is completely dry. So now I'm going to pull the print Still with that cheap paint. I told you in the first video that you don't need anything else than cheap paint to make pretty gel prints and very thin coat. Then putting the paper on. Giving it a nice rub. And now, as you know, this needs to stay on a little bit longer because it's pulling off 2 layers. 10 minutes went by, and if you are too curious too impatient to see what it's going to give, you can just look at the other side. Oh, I love the little piece of paint that came off. It looks like snowy landscape, snowy mountains. What I said earlier, that it were 2 coats that we're going to pull off, it's not completely correct, because you have here on this part we have 1, 2, 3 coats. On this part you have 2 coats, and on this part you have 1 coat. So you can leave it longer if you like, if you want to be sure that everything is going to come off correctly. Wait for half an hour or an hour, or even overnight if you have a really good print that you don't want to ruin. But let me see. You see here is a little bit of paint sticking on, because the 10 minutes were not enough for the part where there were 3 coats. But it's pretty good though. There you go. Okay, you see, it's just there a little bit, and it's precisely in the areas where there were 3 coats of paint. But I'm really happy with my mountains. I can show you another one that I did. This one, the same method, with greens and grays. So always build up from light to dark. So I hope you are happy with what you've learned today, and try this out. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank you.